My VIPs, we're going to be looking at something on Twitter because this is absurd. This says a U.S. mom has been brutally called out for her ridiculous demands in a babysitter advertisement, with thousands of people laughing at the job listing. Okay, so we're gonna read this whole thing because, baby, what the hell? And I'll be commenting on some of it. I might just read the whole thing and then tell you and go back afterwards about my opinions of each one. Um, Babysitter needed ASAP. I need someone to watch my 4 kids, ages 2, 3, 5, and 7. Odd numbers. That's kind of weird. From noon it's not really that weird. I'm sorry. From noon to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday, occasional weekends. Now we're gonna go into the bullet points. Must be a great cook and avid cleaner. I am. Must be over 25 years old. I'm not. Minimum education, master's degree. So basically a college student. No social media accounts. That's when it starts getting weird. I don't need my kids seeing that. No drinking, smoking, and not even vaping. That's normal. No tattoos or piercings. For over a 25-year-old, okay. Need 5 professional references. Okay. Background check and drug test will be conducted. Okay. This job pays $200 a week for over a 25-year-old. Okay. Must have own transportation to get to and from while also running all my errands. Who the hell is this? Please call Tammy. Tammy, I'm gonna call you to curse you to hell. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. No, but dead ass. Okay, so I can understand it must be a great cook and avid cleaner. At the age of over 25, you have to already be that shit, okay? Especially if you got your own apartment. You have to be able to at least know how to cook something. Cook an egg, boil water, something, right? And you have to know how to clean efficiently. You're gonna have your own apartment, your own place, or even if you live at your parents' place still, you still need to know how to clean up after yourself. That's a common sense. What the fuck? That's hygienic. That's hygiene. Like you have to know how to be hygienic. Um, Minimum educate over 25 years old. Okay, so basically an adult, because over 25, that's 25 and up. 30, 40, 50, whatever. So that's why I'm starting to think that Tammy needs her friend to watch her kids. I don't know what friend Timmy has, but Tammy, your friend may be more qualified than some stranger for this because ain't no fucking way you want all these qualifications for it. Over 25 years old, so basically an adult. That's why it's important for all these other ones, right? At 25 years old, if you're a college student, that minimum education, you can have a master's degree at a minimum education. But if you are like what, let's say 19 or my age and stuff like that, obtaining certain degrees, I unless you are a prodigy when it comes to college, it will take a while because even then they don't allow you to take a bunch of classes too to gain your degree each semester. They don't do that, and I like that they don't do that. You're not supposed to take a bunch just to obtain it because around my age, if you're 19 or 20 and you have a master's degree, I'm gonna be like, how the fuck that? I'll be like, how? But the reason why the 25-year-old age is important over it is because no social media accounts. I'm a fucking adult and you want me to have just no social media accounts. None at all. Not even an old one. How would you know? Like that is like I can disable my social media account. I could literally delete it. I think. I think you can delete it. I don't know. Or I could just log out and I could literally just make another one. Or I could just log out and I would not be able to tap into that one for the time being. Okay, disable it. Like, how would you know? Like that is like how would you know? That type shit. No drinking, smoking, not even vaping. Now, for me, I'm not over 25, but for me, I don't do any of those things. So, and it's not really. I've never done any of those things. For people who have done all three of those things, it's pretty hard to like ever do those things, especially since you're going into the ages where you're grown. So if you want to just occasionally drink, smoke, or even vape, you can. Like, shouldn't nobody be stopping you from doing them shits, okay? Or even just like, oh yeah, qualifications, you can't do any of those things. Nigga, I can work at McDonald's. Like, they will not give a fuck. Like, that is, and pay me more. They will pay you more each week than this $200 person. Damn, like, shit. McDonald's, a food place, don't give a fuck if you drink, smoke, or even vape. And they still will pay you. All you gotta do is just do the work and don't do it and don't drink, smoke, or vape during the job. Like this. Like, I think that's what she really meant. Like, hey, no drinking, no smoking, or even vaping while you're watching my kids. I feel like that's what she should have said. Some people may be like, that's common sense. But you know what? Some people don't even realize that common sense is knowing how to clean up after yourself. That's common sense. That's knowing how to at least cook yourself some sort of food. That is common sense. That's or know how to do laundry. That is common sense. Some people don't get that, or not even just common sense. That's just that is something that's basic skill. You have to know that. That's a basic skill. Okay. Now the drinking, smoking, vaping around kids, that's more so common sense, I guess. But yeah. Um, it says no tattoos or piercings. Well, one, like I was saying this to myself before I recorded, they can hide them. I could take out the piercing I have on my nose, baby. And some people only really have one tattoo, and it's somewhere you cannot find it. Some people have tattoos on their back, and it's not even that huge. Like, they can have a 4-leaf clover on their fucking back. Are you gonna say no to them just because they have one tattoo? You don't even see it, and your kids won't see it because in order to see it, the person will have to declothe. Why would they be declothing in front of your kid? See, I'm gonna just have more opinions after that. Okay, need 5 professional references. So I'm thinking this means like you have to have worked 5 different places, and then have the numbers to those jobs so that they could call the bosses to reference it. Oh wait, that sounds stupid. Wait, no, I don't know. Wait a minute. 5 professional references. Since you have a master's degree, I can see why she would want that. Background check and drug tests will be conducted. Okay, that makes the most sense. The last one makes the most sense. Besides the no drinking, no smoking, no vaping one. And the must be great cook and avid cleaner. The last one makes perfect sense. Cause yeah, why would I want you to watch my kid if you literally have a drug addiction? I mean, not to say Tammy, unless Tammy has drugs in her house, like hey, we don't need that. This job pays $200. $200 just to be watching 4 kids, bro. 4 children. And doing errands, and you have to provide your own way of transportation. Are you fucking kidding me? When I tell you fast food places are not ideal to work at, but they literally actually will pay you more. And for people who are over 25 years old, like y'all gonna see my face with this. Hold on. For people that are only 25 years old or older, I keep saying only, but it's over 25 years old, right? That's around the time where you either still live with your parents for a short amount of time, or you have your own apartment, or you have your own house. And we live in a day and age where apartments are around 1,200 for rent to over like 2,000. And the thing about it is that's in cheaper states where it's cheaper to live. 1,200 to 2,000 a month, and you're only paying this person $200 a week. What the fuck? Like that ass is like and then you do occasional weekends. Like, okay, so we're gonna calculate this. Hold on. I just woke up, so if my math is actually garbage, I don't care. Okay, I don't care. Hold on. I would say you can fight me, but no, honestly, go rounds with me. So wait. So I'm assuming that noon to 6 p.m. I'm gonna just say 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. That makes sense. So 5 hours, right? And then you get paid only $200 a week, right? So let's assume you're doing $8 an hour, okay, for 5 hours. 8 times 5, 40, and this is for 5 days out of the week. So 40 times 5, 200. You're only getting paid $8 an hour. Oh my gosh. I feel like Dollar General pays you more than this shit. Like, that ass is like, hey, this is making me want to actually work at a real fucking job. Because ain't no way I'm gonna watch. Nah, just kidding. But of course I'm gonna want to work at a real fucking job. Why would I want to watch kids? Why would you want somebody just because they have all those qualifications doesn't mean they're a good fucking person, okay? The person could not have any of those qualifications, then they still would treat your kid like garbage. I don't know why you're assuming that all those qualifications would just be enough for this person to be, adequate. What's the word for it? Because of course they'll be capable, but not everybody has empathy like talking with. You want this person to watch your 4 children. It's not even just one. This is 4 kids. And if the person has all these qualifications and is a shitty ass person, then You can't be on some, oh my gosh, I didn't know they meet all the qualifications. Bitch, it don't matter, they met all the qualifications. This person does not give a fuck about your kids, man. They just give a fuck about the minimal the chump change you're giving them, bro. They're too lazy to get an actual job, so they're willing to work this horrible ass one for 200. Like, that's not enough, okay? $200 is not enough. A week, $200 a week for 4 kids. I feel like it's a joke. I feel like it's a joke. I'm going so hard in explaining this shit. I feel like it's a joke. I really do feel like this was all a joke, cause ain't no fucking way. That is ridiculous. This is all that for $200 is insane. It dead ass. All these to babysit, dead ass. Imagine putting all work towards a master's degree and seeing this and caring be for real. What? Why would anyone just purposely get a master's degree just to, like, yeah, like, for real, Karen be for real. All that work for a master's degree just to get into that. A master's degree to babysit. Yes, people are stupid. Not like, and what's fucked up is that, like, hey, you know, like, there's nothing wrong with having a high school education for it. I like, just to babysit for it, because I can understand you don't want no 16-year-old or 18-year-old around your kids, right? But why they gotta be over 25? You do realize those are also adults too, right? Meaning, why would they have enough time to watch over your children? They're taking care of their places versus like the likes of a, like, let's say even an 18-year-old. Like, they don't have too much responsibility, or they're not supposed to at that time. They've already graduated high school. I can understand you having them watch it. Meaning, they don't need a master's degree to watch your kids, baby. They just have to have some level of fucking understanding just to watch your. They have to have more than that, of course. But yeah, like, some of the qualifications make sense on your list, but there is a great bit that don't make any fucking sense. I don't see what's wrong with the numbered points. Parents are under pressure to raise good children, and good adults have to do it. Okay, but I don't understand why you equate a good adult to having a fucking master's degree. That's not it, baby. That is not it. Cause that's the thing. Like, that's the thing. A lot of these points actually do make sense at the end of the day, but they're not realistic. I think that's the problem that most people are having. They're not completely realistic, in that, well, one, not even just the social media one. It's let's see which one. The master's degree, the obvious one, that's not realistic. When it comes to over 25 years old, it's not really full blown realistic. Not having a social media is very much realistic. Like, this day and age, not everybody has a social media, but you do realize some people can hide that they have one. Like, they can literally disable it. Not drinking, not smoking, not even vaping. Now, I say this wholeheartedly. I don't do those things. However, I am only 20 years old. I do not know, and I'm turning 21 this year. I do not know if I will be doing any of those things at the age of 25. I could be a totally different person. Like, that's the key thing is, it's like, at 25 years old and over, you're an adult. You can do as much as you please. I mean, shit, that's the time where you honestly are on your own any fucking way. So it's like, if they want to do those things, they will. No tattoos or piercings. Now, all these things, like I said, could be common sense. Don't do these things while you're watching the kids. It's essentially what it is. However, if it's like, oh, you have to have never done these things at all, it's like, never? Like, that ass, it's like, never? Like, I don't know, just to watch 4 kids, ma'am, for only 200? Like, no. Like, what the fuck? $8 an hour, my ma'am? Like, what the fuck? And they said, I fixed it, y'all. But they said, must be a great person, an avid cleaner. They didn't really need to fix the first one. I mean, you don't have to be a great cook. You just have to be, like, a good enough cook to not fucking poison the children, boy. Over 25 years old. Okay, why didn't they fix that? Like, why didn't they fix that? Minimum education, high school diploma, social media accounts, no drinking, no smoking, no vaping, tattoos or piercings. This job pays $1,000 a week. Please call Karen. Oh my, I love it. I love it. But that's really it, y'all. That one just had me bent. Like, the fuck? Like, what the fuck? What? I gotta basically, like, be living under a fucking rock. Not again. Not under a rock or anything, but like, there's not that many people nowadays that are like this, like are like the list that you have there. You assume that they will be, but even if they do meet all those qualifications, they can still treat your kid like shit. So it's like it's better to have people that you're already familiar with. Better to have friends who don't have children to watch to watch your kids, because you actually have some level of trust for them. You know, you're trying to put your trust into this adult because you're paying them. You're not even paying them enough. They probably will treat your kids horribly on purpose because they need that job, but they're so mad that you are paying them so little, they will treat your kids like shit on purpose. And since your kids are tiny, like they're literal, they are actually kids, you know, some of them may not remember being treated terribly or even being treated rudely. Like, you know, that's the thing. They can meet all those qualifications and still be a terrible person. You should have had it be that they have qualifications in taking care of children. Like, hey, must have had a daycare job, or like, you know, must have had experience, you know, dealing with children. You know, like they should have it to where when you come to the interview, you mention how many relatives that are kids that you have. Like, you know, but like that should be it. But to have the qualifications be like, oh yeah, you must have a master's degree. Like, bitch, what? I can see you wanting me to like to have some level of like some job where I have been around children, because these are 2, 3, 5, and 7. I said odd numbers. 2 is not an odd number. What the fuck am I on? Um, but yeah, you know, I can see you wanting me to have like some experience with dealing with little babies, but shit, I don't know about all this other stuff. I just don't know. Plus, your kids are so young. They should not have a phone. So why should social media even matter with it? Your kids are not going to find your social media. You'll find their social media, but your kids won't find their social media. Your oldest child is 7. And I'm assuming they don't have a phone. It would be stupid as fuck if your oldest child who's 7 has a phone, but you don't want no 25-year-old, over 25-year-old to have any type of social media. What kind of sense does that make? Why does your kid even have a phone to be anywhere near that to where you don't need to have a social media? Why would what? Sorry if I sound crazy, if I sound like I'm repeating my words or slurring. Literally just woke up because like yeah. Anyways, thank y'all for watching, and may peace be with you for an eternity.